Nikita, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Okay, so for this segment, we are back with another mukbang, and I have my god sister again with me, Charlie, and I have my other god sister. This is Mesha, and we are going to give you the top 3 good sequels that we think they did a really good job on. And of course, we're going to rate it like we did before, where number 1 is the best out of the 3. And our disclaimer, this is just our opinion. You know, we're not just making it like it's the best. It's our thoughts, our opinions, and we don't want anybody to take offense to what we say. Alright, so before we start, give a little intro about yourself, because we already done the intro.
They know what's already.
Hello everyone, my name is Mesha. That's all.
Okay. Alright, well, let's jump in. Today we are eating McAlister, so we're not really supporting any like businesses. We're just eating some McAlister, eating a little light, and we're gonna jump in. So I will let you go first since you're the newbie.
Yes. And
let's give your number 3 pick of what you think is a really good sequel.
Okay, number 3 has to be House Party 3. House Party 3 is, yeah, I grew up on it. I used to watch House Party 3 every day.
So know the dances.
I know the dances. I can pretty much.
You was doing a dance.
Yeah.
3 nights ago.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I didn't even think of that one.
That one, yeah. It's like I pretty much know the whole thing.
Yeah.
So what is it that you like the most about it?
I have no idea. You know how when you're a kid, it's like you like everything. You're not hard to please when you're a kid. I mean, it's a lot of things we watched as a kid, but now when you grow up, like House Party 4 was horrible.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, we're not talking about bad remakes. No. I mean, sequels.
Right.
But I don't know what it was about House Party 3. Well, I guess I can say I was obsessed with TLC when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And I can pretty much reenact the whole movie.
They should have had more parts in that though, I think.
Yeah.
Sex as a weapon?
Yeah.
Sex as a weapon, yep.
I mean, to me, when I think about that movie, it reminds me of just the good old days. Because Immature was like young, and they had that first original member in there before they switched over.
Yep.
And it just, like I said, really remind me of just the good times.
And Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Bernie Mac.
Such a good actor. All right, what about you, Charlie? You're number 3.
My number 3, I'm gonna, that's hard. I'm gonna have to say, oh man, Creed 2. I didn't want to make it number 3, but Creed 2 was amazing.
It was good.
It was amazing.
It is good. We watch Creed 2 like all the time.
We watch Creed 2 like every day, every other day.
Religiously. At one point, we were watching it like every day.
Every day, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah.
I thought Michael B. Jordan, I thought Sylvester Stallone did a really good job.
I heard he's not gonna be in the new one. They're coming out with number 3.
I heard that Michael B. Jordan was like gonna produce it or direct it. That's what I heard.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just like directorial debut.
Yeah.
I think I heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think Sylvester Stallone did a really good job with matching Michael B. Jordan with I can't think of his real name, and I know it with the Apollo. What's Apollo's real name? Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think that was a real like.
Oh
it
yeah.
doesn't come any closer.
It was
than that.
on.
Like that was a really good. I mean, they look like father and son for real.
They really did.
So I thought that was really good. You can tell Sylvester Stallone like he took his time with this movie, like he did with the Rock, with even the Rocky movies. Took his time when he did it, and
you can tell when people put their heart into something and not just making money.
Right, and just making money.
Yeah, like
you can tell he really put his heart into it.
Because there's been a lot of Rockies, you know, and he could have just been like, you know, whatever. But
but
he actually put his heart. It's like what, number 7?
It's a lot.
Like number 7 in it.
And I can watch pretty much all the Rocky movies.
All the Rockies,
Like, they're all so good.
They're all good. So
some people need to take note.
Not just ask for the cash out info. Just pay me. Just pay me half.
Some people need to bring people to the table.
Right. And have discussion.
The cinema photography was amazing.
Yes. It was, yes.
Yeah.
And
I like how he captured like Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's why I say it's neat to see how the times have changed with
Right.
recordings. Like when it first came out, when Rocky first came out,
right.
compared to now,
Yeah.
Right.
it's just a big difference. It makes a difference when you take the time and you have the budget
Right.
to do what you're supposed to do.
it, right.
Yeah.
And when you have others at the table.
You're right.
Yeah.
Not just
He put a lot of thought and effort into it.
yes.
That's good.
He put his heart into it. So when you put your heart into a movie, it definitely reflects on camera.
It does.
It was really good. Hopefully I'm hoping the third one, since rumor has it that Stallone would not be directing the third. Hopefully, if Michael B. Jordan is directing the third, hopefully I'm hoping we gonna see.
Pray about it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gonna
we're
see.
gonna pray.
We gonna see.
We're just gonna believe it's gonna be.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 3 is Home Alone 2.
Girl, yeah. Shout out to my best friend Rusty. He said that was like one of his favorite movies.
Yeah.
You know, apparently TV does not care when Christmas is. Because they're going to play a Christmas movie. Because I just saw the Friday that's the Christmas one on TV like 2 days ago. I believe. I'm like, what? They just don't care. And they'll play Home Alone whenever. And I tune in just like Willy Wonka. I tune in every time.
Every time.
You would think, well, how can he do all these tricks in the first movie? How can he make up for? He's not even at home, but the tricks were still good to try to try them. I mean, it was just really like after Home Alone 2, it just got bad.
It just got real.
So I didn't care about it.
They're doing a remake.
What? Why are they remaking this?
Home Alone.
Is he gonna be in it? That's the $1 million question.
No.
So then, why are they wasting their time?
There's no originality.
I like Home Alone too because it just really brings me, especially around Christmas time. When they actually play it around Christmas time, it just puts me in the Christmas spirit.
And it makes you feel like that kid again. That's like,
I wanted to go to that toy store so bad.
yes, girl.
I wanted to go to that toy store so bad, and I forgot what they said they modeled the toy store over because that's not the real name of it.
Right.
But I really like that toy store was everything.
It was.
Yeah, so that was my number 3. All right, give me your number 2.
Another hard one. Man, I'm gonna just throw it out. I'm gonna say Halloween 2. John Carpenter's Halloween 2. I just like how it picked up.
Big scary movie person, right?
Yes, I just love how it picked up from where it left off in Halloween, and it was just like it was no type. It was just it just rolled straight into.
Yeah, it's like there was no time in between,
right.
but it was actually
between.
3 or what? I mean, like 3 years in between or something.
But you couldn't tell.
But you
could not tell at all.
You could not tell.
I mean, if you really look closely, you can tell that Jamie Lee Curtis is wearing a lace front wig.
Yeah.
But
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like it's kind of flip.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of flip, but yeah.
Yeah, because in Halloween the original, her hair was more. It was like looser, and then in Halloween 2 it was stiffer.
Was her hair long in the first one?
It was. She had like
the same.
She had like shoulder length hair. Right?
So I'm saying, like in that 3 year, did she cut it or something? And
but
I don't know.
No. The thing with Halloween,
she did, because Jamie Lee Curtis had like a short I
remember that movie True Lies. She had like a short hair. So I don't know when she filmed it. Like when was that done?
What, Halloween 2?
No, like
what
when she did True Lies compared to Home Alone. Was it not Home Alone? Yeah,
Halloween 2?
Yeah, was it like in between that and like her hair was short? I mean,
I don't know, but I do know when she was in the fog.
Yeah.
Her hair, it was more like a what they call it?
Like feathered.
Feathered.
Yeah, it was feathered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the fall. So I just like. I mean, you just couldn't tell that all that time had gotten in between.
It just picked right up.
Like it just picked up, and it was like, oh man, dang, ooh, what? I mean, it was just. It looked so. It just. It looked like they actually like, okay, y'all, we gonna wrap Halloween 1 up. We gonna give y'all like an hour break. Y'all be back on set in an hour so we can go ahead and start Halloween.
And how Annie looked on the stretcher. It looked like it just happened.
It looked like it just happened. The makeup.
So when they do stuff like that, when they do it like right back to back, you ain't gotta be like, well, what happened in the
right,
first one?
exactly.
It just flows right on into each other.
It wasn't no confusion. It flowed.
Yeah,
That makeup back then for them to be on such a tight budget, like they were strapped for money back in the day.
Yeah, it was an independent film.
And the makeup looked like Annie had. It looked like she had her throat slit, like for real. Like it was just everything looks believable. It was just really good. It's really. I watched Halloween 2 the other day at work.
At work.
Yes, ma'am.
Jesus.
I haven't saved. Oh my god. Watch it.
Supposed to be working. All right, what about you? What's your number 2?
My number 2 is I'm a Star Wars fan.
I can't.
Just kidding.
So it's
I'm a Harry
Star
Potter
Wars
fan.
Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. This is where we meet Yoda. Not baby
The cute.
Yoda.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Not baby Yoda, but old Yoda, like a million years old. But this is the one we meet Yoda. And this is also when Luke starts his Jedi training. Yeah, and we also meet Lando, which is played by Billy D. Williams.
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, So, Lando was Han Solo's old friend, and yeah, and that's what, like, he actually bought the Millennium Falcon from him, or won it or something. Again, I don't know, but yeah. And yeah, so a lot of good quotes from that one. My favorite from Yoda is, "No, there is no try. Do or do not." And I was just like, well, it's probably that's an amazing quote. So now I never say I'm gonna try to do something. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do it, because either I do it or don't. And then the other one is you must learn to unlearn. It's like, oh my gosh.
I cannot comment.
No, you must unlearn what you've learned.
Because I've never seen
that.
Don't get me, people out there in the world. I have not seen that.
I haven't seen any of the Star Wars. I mean, I've seen some of it.
You watched Return of the Jedi with me, but you fell asleep.
Not that it was bad.
That's just her. That's just her. That's just her.
But it wasn't bad.
She went to sleep, and I was like, whatever. But yeah, I love it.
What's yours?
My number 2 is Meet the Fockers.
I can't comment on that either.
Yeah, if you have not seen Meet the Parents, these two people are in love and getting married, but her dad is like a real controller, and secretly he works for the CIA, but she doesn't really reveal that, and like he finds out later on. And so then Meet the Fockers is the second one when they meet his parents, because on the first one they meet her parents, and they're get ready to get married, and it's really funny. It's really good. It has lots of like good part. Have you seen that movie?
I've seen it. That's the one when the dog. Didn't the dog go in the toilet or something and turn blue? And didn't the dog also eat like the guy's Viagra?
Yeah.
Is that the same movie? And the dog was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
How have you not seen that?
I haven't seen it. Not that I don't want to. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, so are y'all ready to dive into your number 1?
Woo!
And shout out to Milo in the background. You hear all that scratching?
And
we had to put the dog away. So Milo,
He's not a dog. He's not baby.
He's a dog.
And
Milo is family.
Milo is Milo.
Milo's in the back, scratches. If you hear scratching, whining, and
yeah, it's him.
Like barking.
He's adorable, but he can't be on camera today. We're eating. He just wants some food. That's all. That's all it is.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go first with their number 1?
I do.
Okay, what is your number 1?
My number
top
1
best sequel of all time.
My number 1, and maybe because I was this in my past life.
God.
It's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I love.
Is that your
Maleficent.
favorite villain?
Yes.
My favorite's Ursula.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love.
My favorite villain is Darth Vader. I'm
A
sorry.
Disney villain.
Oh, Disney?
villain, yeah.
Who do you think this is?
Probably Hades.
Hercules.
So what makes you like this movie
Oh
so
my
much?
god, it's just, I mean, even the first one, it was just, Angelina was born.
She is such a good actress.
Like how some people are like born to like do something, she was born for that role.
That makeup on
That
point.
makeup
Like
was flawless.
how they had her cheekbones like
prosthetics,
so
The ears,
sharp. You could put your hand on that.
She was just beautiful. For some odd reason, I don't know, I don't know, I feel like I've lived that life before. Because I embrace it. Like I feel like I've lived it.
I'm trying to get her a check. Trying to get her a check.
I've always been into stuff like I like stuff that's kind of dark. Not evil, because she wasn't evil, but stuff just kind of like on the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
That's just always been my thing. I thought that was just an amazing. I watch Maleficent too. When was it? I watch it all the time. And I ask Susta every day, Susta, I want to watch Maleficent too.
I told her I'm gonna cancel my Disney Plus.
She did. She told me she's going to cancel Disney Plus so I can watch it. I
I'm
watch it.
glad that I need it.
I watch it all. Like I watch it all the time. That one, the first one, I love Maleficent. I want horns.
Weren't you gonna be here for Halloween?
Oh yeah.
And what happened?
I don't know. Oh, the horns that I wanted, they didn't. Because I was gonna get them on Etsy. They didn't have them anymore, and they were expensive. But I was gonna make that.
And then we
sacrifice.
live in Macon, and there's like
I was gonna get the horns and I was gonna get the wings off Etsy because they had somebody that made the wings. The wings were like $500 or $600. Like I was gonna buy them. Like they were long, they were big. Shout out to Etsy, y'all got everything. So shout out to Etsy.
They do
everything.
So yeah, Maleficent 2 just my heart just warms up.
What was your favorite part?
Any scene with Maleficent, but I think my favorite when she was since we eat it when they were at the table, and the cat kept messing with I can't say Diabo, whatever, however she pronounced his name. The cat kept messing with him. And the cat was getting ready to like jump at him, and she did the thing. She was like, "Contain your animal, or I will."
Oh, when they went to the dinner party.
Yeah. I was.
She meant that too.
She meant
you
it
felt
too.
it when she said
felt it. And she didn't have not one wrinkle. She was just like, "You better get this cat under control, or I will." She checked all them at the table.
Get it.
She checked everybody.
Get it
at the
under
table.
control.
Everybody got checked at the table. So. Shut my left, yeah. Just warms my heart. My heart's just warm. You want that?
No,
I don't.
really.
All right, what is your number one?
Cool.
I'm on.
Sorry. My favorite has to be Halloween H2O.
Hey!
H2O, you put it? Okay.
Yes.
That was when I
have not seen that in so long. I can't even tell you what it's about.
I was like 7 when it came out. And that was like one of the first horror movies that I could watch and not be terrified. Because I used to hate horror movies when I was a kid. I'm a fanatic now, but I just thought it was so good. I mean, like 20 years later. And I don't know, it was good.
And then they got straight to the point.
They did.
Like, it
and Michael Myers, he didn't skip a beat.
Right. He had
At all.
so he had the upper back strength.
He had the upper body strength.
when he was flying out from
I said I'm trying to get upper body strength like Mike.
Mike.
And but yeah, it's straight to the point. And it's like I don't know. I just love the setting. Halloween H2O is one of those movies that I go to sleep to. Like, I'll just turn it on when it's time to go to sleep, and I go to sleep to it.
And it makes you feel.
It's warm. It makes me feel
So
good.
it's like your own
music. I
personal
love it.
lullaby.
You didn't say that.
Yeah, about bedtime story.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say it like, okay. For example, if I have a nightmare,
Yeah.
if I have a nightmare and wake up, I will turn on Halloween H2O
She will turn it on Halloween H2O
and go back to sleep.
That is dedication. That is some dedication.
And Michael Myers is my favorite monster.
Yeah. The sister
Of all
dude.
time.
Yeah, that's like you said. Yeah, because I remember one time I heard it one night. I was like, "Sister watching Halloween?" I was like, okay. And it's funny because like when she has nightmare, that's what she watches. When I have a nightmare and I don't feel like putting on Nightmare on Elm Street, I'll put on like Unsolved Mysteries. The old, like from like the 80s with the creepy music.
Mm-hmm.
It puts me right back to sleep. Shout out to Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
I haven't had a nightmare in God. I'm gonna watch me have one tonight and can't get it together. I'm gonna call y'all.
Halloween H2O.
Yeah.
Call y'all and be like, look at y'all. Y'all done put this on me.
Yeah, I can kind of reenact that one too because I watch it so
We
much.
know word from word too.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I mean, I'm a little rusty, but I think I could do it.
All right, so my number one pick is Bad Boys 2.
Hey, that's good.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it was just I don't know. It's to me that's a classic. Like you can even the sequel to it, like number 3, was really good, and that was a big gap between.
Yes.
And it was still good.
Number 3, it was for me. It was like really emotional because it's like anything can happen at this point. Anything can happen.
Right. And the growth of the characters too, I feel.
Yeah.
And you, I can probably quote that movie front to back as well. Trying to think what's my favorite part in Bad Boys 2.
And Gabrielle Union. I used to be obsessed with Gabrielle
Yeah, sister was
Union.
obsessed with Gabrielle Union. Shout out to Gabrielle.
I still love you, Gabrielle.
Some pictures her and my sister looked a lot alike, depending on what was going on. Yeah.
Your sister looked like Candy.
Yeah, she had a picture put up of her and Candy next to her.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture. Yes.
Let's see.
I'm always like the scene when Reggie come pick.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was gonna be between that one and the one where they had the guy in the trunk.
I got my right.
They had him in the trunk, and then when they popped the trunk, he like jumped out and took off running. I mean, it was a lot of like good parts in it, and I think the touching part of it to me was when they had his sister. And they was like, well, that's not our jurisdiction. We can't do nothing. And then all those people came in, telling him they were going to support him and go over there. And they did. And went under the tunnels and stuff. And I thought it was so crazy looking at how those houses were on the hill.
Yeah.
And they lit like it's like that for real.
Like that for real. That's like that's in Cuba, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it was just a really good movie.
Really good movie.
And they did really good on number 3 as well. But I had to just stick to the one I liked the most.
What Mike Larry told Martin, he's like, don't you disrespect me from the company. That is like one of my favorite lines. Like, don't you disrespect me. He was like, what is it? Like, it's Reggie. Reggie. He was just like, this is take our man. This is her Uncle Mike. He just got out of jail. Nick, don't you disrespect me in front of company. It's like, yeah, I just got out of jail and ain't going back.
Well, I thank you guys so much for this. You did a very good job with this being your first one. You did all right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to check out another one of our mukbangs, you can click on the top video. And if you want to see my latest video that I did, click on the one on the bottom. Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
See you next week.